Really just wanted to contribute back to a community that gave to me.
State Representative Marvin Lim says his work is deeply personal.
Gwinnett is the second most populous and the most diverse or non-white part of the state, and I happen to represent the most diverse area, and nearly 50% of them are immigrants. I'm one myself.
His parents immigrated to Atlanta from the Philippines when he was 7 in search of a dream that at times seemed elusive.
My father was able to get a visa for his company to transfer him here to America, and specifically Atlanta, and they jumped at that opportunity. We were on various types of public assistance. I was on Peach Care for a while, free lunches.
He vowed to help others have the resources he desperately needed. In 2020, he made a run for public office in Georgia's 98th district, which he won. He never imagined the horror that would come 2 months into the job. What was that day like for you, March 16th?
It was a shock. I think for a lot of us, it was a shock.
A gunman was accused of carrying out attacks on 3 metro Atlanta spas, the shootings ending with 8 dead and 1 wounded.
One of my constituents was one of them. He just moved into my area. I didn't know till after the fact that he was, in fact, a constituent.
As the community grieved, Representative Lim searched for solutions.
We also saw in the response to those particular incidents some confusion with 911 because there were people whose primary language weren't English, which delayed, based on the facts, some of the response by law enforcement. Looking at the history of law enforcement in these communities, it came to mind, well, I'm now 2 months into my position, in some position to do something about that.
He helped develop an online course, Cultural Adeptness in Law Enforcement, to bridge differences between those who serve and those who need protection. The course launched in 2023, and according to data from Georgia Public Safety Training Center, to date, roughly 2,600 officers across the state of Georgia have enrolled. The voices in the lessons are the same ones Lim says officers would encounter in the real world.
I think exposes people in those subconscious ways to cultural differences in hopes of getting them to at least get used to it.
And while he knows it can't prevent every future tragedy, he hopes it will help others ask for assistance while aspiring for something more.
That's really why I try to do this role. First do no harm and then try to do some good.
The Cultural Adeptness course is not mandatory for law enforcement agencies, but Representative Lim says he hopes as more officers and departments learn about the class, they'll be motivated to use it as a resource.